Understanding AI agents is a lot like understanding chess. Everyone's playing with the same pieces. So the difference between the beginners and the grandmasters isn't access to special tools. It's how you think about the game. And while most people are still figuring out how the pieces move, the market is exploding. $8 billion now, $100 billion in 10 years. That's not just hype, that's a real stat. So if you've ever wondered, what exactly is an AI agent and how do I get ahead of this curve? You're in the right place. Here's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna break down AI agents in 3 levels of difficulty. You'll see how absolute beginners, then builders, and finally experts approach the same technology differently. And by the end of this video, you'll know what level you're playing at and how to think like a grandmaster while there's still time to get ahead. Before we get started, YouTube says that 95% of people who are watching this aren't subscribed. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. It's free and you can always undo it later in one click. Now, let's jump in. Before we look at the pieces, let's look at the board. What exactly is an AI agent? At its core, the definition is simple. An AI agent is a computer program that uses artificial intelligence to perform tasks and achieve goals. Let's break it down. AI computer program. Once it's activated, it runs itself. It can do things automatically and it's smart. Think ChatGPT, but with real jobs to do. Perform tasks. To get its job done, the agent has access to tools. Think sending emails, pulling data, connecting your calendar. And achieve goals. All of those tasks are meant to solve something for a user. Here's an example. Say I have my own website and I want an AI agent to help potential customers. A visitor shows up and asks a question about a product. The agent doesn't just respond, it can guide them through the process and even help them place their order. But we can actually make this even simpler. Every agent can be broken down into 3 basic steps. The agent is activated by an input. It does some work, and then it produces an output. That's it. The simplest version is just an automation agent, like this. You could have a timer go off, the agent would send an email, and then the email lands in your inbox. Now let's make things more interesting and more powerful. Let's say the input comes from a human. This is how conversational agents work. A real person sends a message, the agent thinks through what to do, and then the output comes back to the same person. It's like building your own ChatGPT, but in between each turn of the conversation, the agent is getting things done in the background. And here's the catch. The moment humans get involved, things get messy. Agent builders need to wrangle with natural language input to do useful things, and that's not always the most straightforward thing to do. But that's what makes AI agents so exciting, because when they do get it right, they create real value. Companies can cut down on support cost. Customers find what they're looking for faster. And sometimes it's just really fun. But we're not there quite yet. Understanding the board isn't enough to do useful things. We know the pieces in play, so now it's time to start making moves. If I've got your attention at this point, you're probably wondering what exactly does input, work, and output look like in practice? Let's drill in. Inside that workbox, there are a few critical pieces. First, the AI model. This is your agent's brain. It's what takes the input and figures out what to do with it. And you can choose from the same models that power chatbots like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. But a brain without knowledge is limited. And the thing about AI models is that they're trained on past data. They wouldn't be able to answer questions about your most up-to-date specific use case, like a website or a product catalog. So agents use something called a knowledge base, where you can add documents, URLs, or really any kind of information that the AI model can reference in the conversation. Then there are tools. These give agents hands and let them reach into the real world. This is where you can send an email, get a piece of information from a spreadsheet, or even trigger another agent in another app. And finally, the instructions. Think of this as the glue, the wires connecting every one of these parts together. A good base set of instructions will give the agent 2 things: a personality and an idea of how to manage the user input. So that's how an agent does work, but I'm about to change things up on you. Up until now, we've been assuming that the user is chatting to the agent over text. Well, there's a whole other mode of communication, and that's voice.
Hi, my name is Maya. I'm an AI assistant. How can I help you today?
Even though an AI voice agent can use the same brain, knowledge base, and tools as a chat agent, the way it communicates to a user is very different. So let's make some more moves. We can be prompting the agent to have shorter, more casual responses. We need to make it really clear how to take plain sentences and capture, then reformat pieces of data. It turns out that the instructions are more than just a structure around the agent's work. They dictate the flow of the input, work, and output. And so our definition of an AI agent has evolved. It's now a computer program that uses an AI model, knowledge, and tools guided by a set of instructions to perform tasks across different platforms and achieve goals for a user across different modes. In level 1, we laid out the board. In level 2, the pieces are moving. And by digging into the components that make up an agent's input, output, and work, we're learning how each piece moves differently. But the real skill is in learning how these pieces work together. Because in chess, you don't win by just moving one piece at a time. You win with tactics, openings, castling, forking, getting the most value out of each move. Now, we can talk about strategy. And at this point, you have the knowledge and tools you need to build agents that provide real value. But experts, they take these same tools and play the whole board. Entire businesses are being built this way. So let's level up. First off, coordination. In chess, you wouldn't push one piece up the board alone, and the same goes for AI agents. As soon as you find yourself adding multiple tools and services, it's time to separate your concerns. Otherwise, you're left with the headache of trying to prompt one agent to juggle 5 different tasks at 5 different times. The smarter approach? Have one agent that identifies what the user wants and then routes them to a specialized agent that does that one thing really well. Second, expanding your toolkit. In chess, studying a playbook unlocks every possible move combination, and studying how tools actually work does the same for agents. Pre-built integrations are great, but they only cover a fraction of what's out there. If you know how tools are structured, how to pass the right data in the right format to an external app's API, then you can build with anything. Third, resource management. Every move has a cost. In chess, it's tempo. Here, it's tokens and credits. And the cost adds up fast when you scale from one user to thousands to millions. The key here is customization. You choose which model to use and how to tune it. Sometimes you'll want a fast, cheap model for quick answers. Other times, a slower but more powerful model for big impact. It's a trade-off. Are you sacrificing a pawn for a better position or holding out to promote a queen? Finally, choosing the right opening. When do you bring out the Sicilian? How about the English? Depending on what you choose, it changes the whole feel of the game. For agents, your opening move is the interface, what the user sees, hears, and feels when they interact. Well, this is going to change based on your use case. Maybe it's a chat function on your mobile app. Or maybe it's a VR character. The possibilities are endless. By tapping into the agent's programming interface, you can trigger a conversation with your agent from any other platform. These are some of the main principles of expert strategy. And at this level, the AI agent takes on another new definition. It's now an autonomous, coordinated operator system that uses instructions to deliver results to users through custom interfaces and dynamic resourcing. Well, that's a lot to take in. Is this it? Is the winning strategy of AI agent building just a continuous escalation of complexity? Not exactly. I didn't tell you this before, but there's actually one more level, and it's reserved for the grandmasters. From beginner to builder to expert, the game got more complex. More pieces, more moves, more strategies. But here's the insight that can make an expert a grandmaster. No matter how complicated your system gets, there are only 2 things that actually matter. Everything you build with, every model, every custom tool, every agent talking to another agent, it all goes in this box. And the user goes here. Which means the user actually only touches 2 things, the input and the output. That's it. You can create the most sophisticated agent system in the world, but without a user, it does nothing. The grandmaster strategy of AI agent building isn't about the tools. It's about the experience you create for the person on the other side. So for a second, forget about APIs and models and resources. Step into the user's shoes. What is it they want? What does a natural conversation feel like? Where can you remove friction and make the whole interaction disappear into the background, so they're not thinking about the technology at all, just the result? It really is like good chess. How do you anticipate the other person's next move to advance your position? And this is how you win in the endgame. Start with clarity. Like a good hook, the first interaction sets the tone. Anticipate the next move. Don't wait for the user to get stuck. Design your flows proactively to give help, context, or next steps. And build for the endgame. The conversation isn't the goal. the outcome is. Does the user feel understood? That's the real win. Because at the end of the day, an AI agent is just an automated way to help a user solve a problem. The true skill in this space isn't just knowing the tools, it's knowing the people. And while anyone can learn to move the pieces, it's the grandmaster that's thinking about the person across the board. So where do we go from here? Well, like chess, the number of moves you can make with an AI agent are essentially infinite. Even in a quickly expanding AI market, we've only scratched the surface of what's possible. So if you've been watching and thinking, where do I start? The answer is right here, right now. Try to build something new, keep experimenting, and watch yourself level up. You're still early. And if you're as excited as I am about exploring where humanity meets AI, subscribe and let's keep leveling up together.